How do you create a trading strategy from a stock chart? My name's Dave Mabe. I've been trading 25 plus strategies every day for the last 20 years. And this question comes in through X from a guy named Days Trader. And he asked, can trade ideas scan for intraday consolidation patterns? And he posts this chart of Oracle from February 2nd where it shows a good looking chart. It's gone up a lot in the pre-market, and it's sort of consolidated during the middle of the day. And then during the middle of the day, it makes this breakdown. So it's a pretty common situation where you're looking at a chart and you're trying to figure out a way to create a strategy from it. There's a really nice way to do this in Trade Ideas that not a lot of people know about, so I thought I'd show you here. So if you look closer, I'm going to bring this chart up in Amibroker. So it looks like the move sort of starts at 115 on February 2nd. So there's kind of two schools of thought here. One is harder than the other. One thing to think about is what events happened up until this point that could be a tell that you could use to create a trading strategy from this. So let's take a look at how to do that. There's a really nice tool called Stocks Like This that allows you to basically see what events occurred during a specific period. And this is a perfect way to use that tool to figure this out. So let's look at Stocks Like This. And again, this is Oracle, February 2nd. Looks like the move starts at exactly 115. So let's make a note here. All right, so you go to Stocks Like This. It's a free tool that comes with Trade Ideas. In fact, you don't even need a subscription. You can just access this tool, and I'll put a link in the show notes here. So let's put Oracle in here. February 2nd. Let's do 1 o'clock and then maybe a 15-minute period. So what you're doing is you're asking it for the window. You're giving it the window to look at for the stock. And let's click Submit. And what you get here is all the events that occurred in Oracle during that period. So, and the number of times that they occurred. So think of this as like if you're going to a restaurant and there was no menu there, the chef just said, okay, what do you guys want to eat? Well, that's really hard, right? A menu really helps that problem. And this is sort of like a menu for a trading strategy. Instead of having this open-ended question like, okay, how do I create a strategy from this? It's telling you, okay, here are the alerts that you can use to potentially create a strategy. So let's bring up the chart again. So my thought here is here's the opening range at 930, sort of consolidating, tightening, and then a break underneath that. So my thought is you're going to need these narrowing range alerts. I think those would be ones to look at. New 10-minute low, there's probably a new 15-minute low in here. Guess we'd have to expand the time frame to see that. Narrowing range 15-minute bar. So I think you're going to need to use some sort of consolidation alert along with some filters, probably based on the pre-market, that big move in the pre-market. Maybe the position in the regular trading hours range. But this tool gives you a way to look at what's possible to create a trading strategy from. So I really like this as a way to reduce what's really an infinitely hard problem down to something that's manageable. The other thing you could do here is a lot of times people want to look at, okay, what happened right before to get the move right as it, right before it happened. Probably a more productive approach for creating a strategy is finding an alert that happened after the initial move and sort of entering partway through the move. A lot of times this is going to appear to be noise in a lot of situations. And, we sort of cherry picked this one great example for the trade. So I think if you created a backtest on some of these alerts in here, there'd be a lot of noise there. So my sense is find something that occurred here that maybe already as the move started happening. Don't try to create a perfect entry here, but wait for the entry to have started and then figure out a way to participate in the entry then. So one thing you could do is go back and look at these alerts, the alerts that started during that minute, and look at these. So that would be another way that's probably a more productive way to create a strategy from this. Yeah, great question, Days Trader, and it allows us to show this I think it's a really cool tool that not a lot of people know about. Thanks for the question. We'll talk to you next time.